very first thing that comes to our mind when we think about studying abroad is the high fees. And not only fee, but also the living expenses involved. But it's okay, I got you covered. We are lucky that there are number of scholarships available that covers not only our complete tuition and admission fees, but also the living expenses. I am Sonam, a JERA scholar. JERA scholarship is given to 5 people in Asia, and luckily I was one of that 5 people who were receiver of that scholarship last year. This scholarship includes the complete waiver of tuition fee of around 44 lakh yen, also a complete waiver of admission fees, and also provides us a monthly stipend of 1.5 lakh yen, which in Indian rupees means 1 lakh rupees every month. I know that's crazy. I want to help you out to get that too. In this video, we are going to discuss about how I got that scholarship. And not only these all things will apply to just JERA scholarship, but also to every scholarship abroad. And we'll also address some particular questions that particularly concerns Japan. For example, what level of Japanese is required to get the scholarship? Is even knowing Japanese necessary? Do we need an IELTS or TOEFL score? Or we really need a high number of percentage in our 12th or graduation? How much time does that all take? What is the process? Which university to choose? How to approach the university? How to fill the forms? What are the deadlines? What are the scholarships involved? Etc. etc. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first thing first, is Japanese necessary? So my answer is it depends. It depends on the university you are applying to. For example, my university is an English medium university. The name of my university is International University of Japan, which is based in Niigata Prefecture, which is near to city Tokyo. So in our university, Japanese was not a requirement, but for admissions it was not required. But I guess Japanese played a very big role in getting me the scholarship, because I was a JLPTN for qualified at that time when I applied for the scholarship. So I believe that when we apply to a university abroad, they check various things. For example, statement of purpose, research thesis, letter of recommendations, and our CV, our resume, etc. etc. So, and in fact, the percentage that we got in our 12th and graduation, and all of these had various weightage in our application. And so the knowledge of Japanese plays the same role as well. If you know Japanese, then definitely it will give a edge to your application. But I won't say that it is a requirement, because I know people, in fact the max scholars also, who never knew Japanese but got 100% scholarship in Japan. So don't you worry about that if your other areas are strong. So the second question I want to address is, where can we apply? When can we apply for the universities? If I talk particularly about my university, IUJ, International University of Japan, then the application forms opens up during November, December of every year for the September intake, next year's intake. And the deadline is around, the first deadline comes around 15th of February, and the second one comes around 15th of March. So yes, exactly during this week of last year, I was actually applying for that university, and never have I imagined in my dreams that I would get admission and this scholarship. So dreams come true. It's just a matter of time. So it varies from university to university. If you are applying for Tokyo University, you need to go to the website and check about all the admission procedures, or maybe Osaka University or Kyoto University. But more or less, the admissions open up during this time only for the September intake. Now comes the matter of scholarship. In my case, it was very different. For example, firstly I got admission. They approved my admission, and uh, then I told them that I'll be needing a scholarship to study in that university, because I do not have money to pay all the tuition and admission fee. And as a result, they themselves nominated me for the JARA scholarship. So it all everything is based on the application that you sent. Your university decides that what is your capability, that which scholarship you should be getting. This is like one procedure. Many universities goes that way. But you can also get scholarship first and then apply for the university later. For example, you get the max scholarship and then you were asked to choose the university later. So there are various procedures of getting admission into a Japanese university. Now let's talk about the application fee. The only money I paid during complete procedure was 4,000 rupees. That was my application fee. We need to pay when we are applying for a particular university, and it also varies from university to university. And the best thing is, when we are applying for MEXT, there's no application fee involved to get that scholarship, so it is completely free. And also, as the corona is going on, everything is going online, so you just have to sit in your house and just fill the application form and mail it to the embassy. Now let's come to the next question. Which university and course to choose? Okay, so it completely depends on you. Which university you want to study in, which part of the country you want to live in, and which course you want to study in. So just Google it. Which university your favorite course is available. Addressing that question, I want to tell you something about my education background. It is quite interesting that I'm a botany graduate from Delhi University. I've completed my botany undergraduation last year, and when I was in my third year, I started applying for the foreign university, and IUG is the only university I applied to, and luckily got selected. So, but I applied for the Masters in International Relations. So basically, from biology to humanities. It's when you write such things in your CV, you seem very confused person, like a very confused person, because you're changing your complete majors. So you need to back it up nicely. For example, I backed it up with so much of the content that I wrote. I'm working as a content writer and book reviewer from last 2 years, and I backed it up with all of these things that I'm very curious. I want to explore different areas of life, and if I'll be the diplomat of any country, then I have this capacity to think very scientifically, like most of my other classmates cannot, because they have studied humanities all of their life. But in my case, I can think from a whole new different perspective. So this is how I backed it up. So you need to prepare a very very beautiful story if you are also doing things like that, because I've listened, whenever people used to change their stream, then mostly their application got rejected, because of course you seem like a very confused person. So just be ready for that, and that this make a nice story which should be relatable and should be looking honest, so that nobody can question you. Now, what was the whole procedure? Okay, so I applied for there's a big application forms involved in almost every process. For example, you need to write a statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is basically as the name defines itself, statement of purpose, that what is the purpose of you to study in that university or in that particular course. So you need to express it very nicely, that why do you want to why do you want to come to that country and not studying in your home country, or why this particular course. So these are the things which you need to mention, and it should be very convincing. So basically, yes, and it is suggested that it also should be in the form of a story since your childhood, that how you were inclined towards different things or that particular course, and then you ended up doing bachelor's in that and then master's. Statement of purpose covers the most weightage, because in case of Japan, we are not required to give IELTS or TOEFL, because as they are non-English speakers, so they're not asking us for having a very good English proficiency. So they are okay if we can just understand and speak a little bit, and they are okay with that. So don't worry. So ultimately, the things come to that statement of purpose really plays a very big role. And then come the research paper. You need to write a research proposal, research thesis, research paper, however is required by your university, depending on your university. And then you need two letter of recommendations from your professor, and then you need to back it up with so much of the projects and extracurricular activities that you have taken during your school and your college. So these are the things which are must required. And then you need to just send the application form and wait for maybe a month or two, and then they will reply you if you'll get admission or not. And then based on your application, they themselves will nominate you for a particular scholarship, and then the scholarship procedure will start. For example, the scholarship owners will take your interviews, multiple interviews, and then they'll send you some questions with the help of which they want to know about your personality, your knowledge about that particular arena and everything, and how you can be an asset for both the countries, because they are investing a lot on you. So they need to check you from every aspect. What is your thinking, how large you can think, etc. All that you're all it's just the waiting that you need to do for a month, and then you'll get selected. I hope this video has given you answers of some of your questions. If you have any other question, please let me know in the comment box. And yes, the application procedure of my university, that is IUJ, is also going on, and I'll leave the link in the description from where you can explore the website, as the second deadline is on 15th of March 2022 for September 2022 intake. So just please hurry up. And yes, how much time did that take me to like prepare for the whole application fee? So my answer is just 2 months. Yeah, for 2 months. And it was like 24/7 I used to work and write SOP and everything, and rejected SOP and then write it again. Please don't extend it more than that. And yeah, just good to go. I wish you all the very best. And I sincerely hope you will get your dream college, university, and the course you have decided. Thank you. Bye. See you in the next one.